I'm Gail DeLauder, transportation reporter for Houston Public Media. Harris County meteorologist Jeff Lindner became a bit of a media star for his clear-headed advice and forecast during Hurricane Harvey. Well, storm season is upon us again. Let's hear from Jeff about what you and your family should do when a hurricane is approaching the Texas coast.
It's really important to understand that a hurricane has three distinct issues and concerns you have to prepare for and understand your risk at your particular location. So if you live close to the coast, the seawater storm surge flooding is probably your greatest risk. And then the wind, and then thirdly, the inland freshwater flooding. Or if you live inland, 50, 60 miles inland, your greatest risk is probably going to be the inland freshwater flooding and maybe some wind impacts. And so you really have to understand your risk for your particular area. A lot of times we'll have these storms and they're out in the Atlantic or in the Caribbean, and we have this long lead up time, 4 or 5 days, we see the storm coming. Usually you'll see a hurricane watch, and that just means hurricane conditions. And what we mean by hurricane conditions, winds of 75 miles per hour or greater are possible in that watch area in the next 48 hours. And when we get into about the 24-hour time frame, that's when we can be dealing with the issuance of a hurricane warning, which means winds of 75 miles per hour or greater are likely in that area that's under the hurricane warning. Now, in addition to the hurricane watch and the hurricane warning, you also have storm surge watch and storm surge warning, and so those can sometimes be outside of the hurricane watch and warning areas. And we also have to deal with the rainfall aspect, flood watches and flash flood warnings. And so the flood watch is the same. All the watches are generally the same. It's possible, warning is, it's likely to be happening or it's happening. And then once we start getting into that 3 and 2 day time frame, that's when we're going to start seeing some decisions and recommendations with respect to preparation. You need to be doing this now. You need to make sure you have cash. You need to make sure you have your supplies stocked. Are you in an evacuation zone? Will you be asked to evacuate? Some of those decisions are probably going to start coming down in that 2 to 3 day time frame. And then as we move into the 24 hours, 36 to 24 hours, that's when we're going to make sure everything has been executed, your plan is in place. If you're in an evacuation area, you've left, and you continue to follow the recommendations of elected officials and your local emergency management offices. We're only going to ask for the evacuation of residents who live in those coastal areas that can be impacted by the seawater, the rise in the seawater. And so those are those coastal zip codes and jurisdictions that go from what we call zip code zone A all the way through zip code zone C. And those are down near the coast in Harris County to the southeastern portion of the county, and then continuing on to the south down towards the Gulf of Mexico. You know, be careful on social media of things that are out there. There can be rumors out there. Be careful of making decisions based on that. Really follow those trusted sources. And you know, if you're here in Harris County during the hurricane season this year, to get information, you can text Gulf 2021 to 888-777. Again, that's Gulf 2021 to 888-777.